Hello, hello, hello there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the College Football Tailgate with me, XFL Jim, joined by the man, the myth, the legend. It's Uncle Rico. Eric, how you doing, man?
Doing good. Good weekend. Betting college football. Gambling gods gave me one with that over, and Army +3 hit. So good day. Yeah.
It was a good day for our college football bets.
Yeah, it was a good day. But can I vent a little bit? Can I go down a little vent?
You can vent. Before you do, I do want to say my alternate total of. So I had the over with you, but I just for funsies, I took the alternate under 20. I felt live. It was live.
Yeah.
I felt good, and then I died inside a little bit because I got it at like plus 550.
Dude, awful beat, bad beat. I'm seeing these people on Twitter, and it's called gambling for a reason. You know what I mean? You put in all these people. You can definitely tell with how some people are tweeting who bet the under and who didn't. It's kind of
it's that way with every bet.
Yeah, it's just comical too.
I my favorite, and like this is unironically, like I'm not making fun or anything. I love the way Tom Fernelli like tweets about bets and everything. The fade the process, trust the process thing.
I'll be honest, I have no idea who that is.
He's a guy over on the Cover 3 podcast. They're another college football podcast. He's just this funny guy. So he did like his own write-up for every single bowl game.
Okay.
He's a funny guy with a good sense of humor, so he was taking it on the chin. He had like a competition with one of his podcasters. He's like, this commie took the over in the Army-Navy game. He hates America. There's just shit like that. I will always tweet about my losses and be very upset, but I like doing it with a little tinge of humor.
See, I just tweet about my losses and move on, because at the end of the day, I look at it like this. It's my money. I bet a good chunk of money on this stuff. I win some, I lose some. I win more than I lose. There's going to be days when I am on the right side and I lose, days when I'm on the wrong side and I win. Happened this time, but I had one dude call me a square. I'm like, dude, I think I'm the farthest thing from a square.
Wait, for betting the over?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the square move, is betting the under.
Yeah. I just said, okay, thank you for your opinion.
I like tweeting about my losses or like talking about my losses because I feel like it's a shared experience. Everyone likes to bond over losses, especially bad beats. Like if you have a bad beat, that's something to really like fun to talk about, in my opinion.
I'd just rather just move on and just go with the next. So
no, I mean my favorite thing to talk about is the sweat. Like you ever get like a really good sweat?
So the sweat in betting is phenomenal.
It's my favorite part of betting. It's the best feeling in the world to me.
But see, Jim, you're more of a social guy than I am. Like I'm the weird person that has the sound off, just watching the game. That's
you
me.
Still feel the sweat though. You still feel the sweat.
I still feel the sweat, but I just don't want to talk to anyone when I'm feeling the sweat. I'll put out a little tweet, but that's it.
Oh. Uncle Rico just gets in the zone.
Well, dude, I'm betting big boy money. I'm not.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. I when I bet big boy money, like big boy money for me. So last year for the Nebraska-Iowa game, I bet $1,000. To me, that's big boy money, right?
Big boy money.
I went to a tailgate for the game and watched the game at a tailgate. Man, did I not want to talk to anybody.
You don't. You're locked in. like you don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to do it. And the worst is like, when I'm like it's like.
You know what the worst is? You know what the worst is when you're with people and they know that you have a bet and it's like, hey man, how's your bet going?
Oh god.
I'm just like, fucking don't talk to me. Don't ask that question.
Yeah, I'll be honest, like there'll be sometimes when I have like a good chunk, I won't even watch the game. Like there's times where I've had a legit good chunk of money on a game, and I won't even watch it.
Sometimes if you're watching it, you get like a pit in your stomach.
Yeah, I mean,
I love that. Like if I'm betting a good chunk of change on a game, like the sweat and how gross and disgusting and stressed and on edge I feel, that's what I live for.
I just live for cash and tickets and fucking talking football with Jimbo. That's what I live for.
God damn, you're right. So what'd you think of the Army-Navy game as a whole, though? I thought it was great.
I thought it was an entertaining game. You kind of had a sense, though, with how bad, not how bad, but how well Navy was dominating the game and really couldn't put Army away, that that Army was going to come back. You just kind of had that feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of had that feeling. You got totally hosed. In terms of your alternate under 20, that totally should have hit.
I will say, like, we got really lucky on that over bet.
Oh, we did.
But it happens. It happens to everybody.
It did. And the funny thing is like a week from now, I'm totally not going to remember that. We always remember the bad beats. Like, I always remember the one that will always stay with me is when ECU played Florida in some bowl game, and ECU had the ball inside Florida's 5-yard line 7 times and scored 1 touchdown.
Mine was Iowa last year versus Kentucky in the bowl game. And I don't remember when exactly in the game it was, but it was like a fourth and go for it situation. It was like a 4th and 1 on like the Kentucky 40.
Yeah.
And I was like, if Iowa punts it here, they're losing the game. And what do? They're Iowa, so they punted. And I was like, they're going to lose the game. I'm done. I did not know that this was the first Army-Navy game ever to go to overtime.
Ever wanted to go to overtime, correct.
It was super entertaining. It's always a fun game to watch.
Always a fun game to watch.
I was really rooting for no completed passes.
Like, the thing I don't get is that number 13 for Army, I thought they played him way too much.
Yeah.
I thought they played him way too much. He's not the dual threat. But I'm not going to lie. I was a little shocked that, I didn't even know before we got on air.
Yeah, so Ken Niumatalolo, Navy's head coach,
winningest coach in program history.
He won 109 and 83 in 15 seasons.
I mean, who do they think they're going to get? You think Urban Meyer's walking in there? Like, no. Like, who are they going to get?
Paul Johnson.
You think so?
Nah, I mean, that'd be a good hire, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a bad.
I think he joins the staff at BYU.
Like, you hit on the head when we're talking about some stuff with Nebraska football. Sometimes, like, you always think the pastures are greener on the other side by hiring these coaches. Sometimes they're not.
I mean, they're in a tough spot, so
they have no NIL.
The service academies have no IL.
Yeah.
No NIL. But, like, you look at their record year by year, they've been getting worse every year. So, he was obviously really good throughout. So, he's been there for 15 goddamn years, which is insane. So, he must have started in, like, 2008, 2007. Like 8-5, 10-4, 9-4, and then 5-7, 8-5, 9-4, 8-5, 11-2 in 2015, 9-5, 7-6, 3-10 in 2018, but 11-2, 3-10, 4-8, 4-8. So the last 3 years haven't been great, but you're 4 years removed from an 11-2 season.
Well, that's when they had that one guy.
I don't care. You're still 4 year. Like, I guess if you take out 2019, they are like 3-10, 3-7, 4-8, 4-8. So, like, I would say since the mid 2010s, they've been on a downward trajectory. But I don't think any service academy has been fantastic in the last couple of years, except Air Force.
Air Force has been money. So I looked. Brian Bohannon, Kenshaw State's coach, coached at Navy from 202 to 207, working with the wide receivers. He runs a triple option at Kennesaw State with a record of 68-24. Brian Newberry, interim coach, arguably the strongest candidate, the team defensive coordinator this season. Newberry is currently serving as the interim coach. And then, are you ready for this one?
Lay it on me.
This one. Bronco Mendenhall.
You know what?
No.
That'd be a good hire.
No, he's not. He's done, dude. He's retired.
I think he's done though. He's like, if he was available as to like hire, he'd still be coaching at Virginia.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I don't like the move. I don't like outing Ken Niumatalolo. I'm not a fan.
I think it's an awful move, but it is what it is, and these coaches are hard. Like I have, I tweeted, I texted you this, and I guess I can say this. I have from a very good, reliable source. That's the reason why Shaw left Stanford.
Well, exactly. That was the next point I was going to. We got little coaching updates. Troy Taylor, Sacramento State head coach, is now the coach of Stanford.
No NIL. Like, we need to understand now, like, these teams like Stanford, like Northwestern, these teams that just don't have the NIL, I think it's like we need to constantly just be betting their unders.
I think that's what we're going to start doing.
You know what I mean? Like, constantly start betting their unders.
So, who do we know? We know Stanford. Well, we can't do it with every service academy because Air Force is usually fairly consistent. But we got Stanford and Northwestern. Who else is out there?
Well, I mean, the 3 service academies. So those are the only. I was a little shocked by Northwestern, to be honest.
I am very shocked by that. I suspect that'll change soon.
Maybe.
I bet it does. I bet Patty Fitz.
If they have another down year, but that's the thing. Like, what's their biggest weakness? The quarterback position. Let's take a look. What quarterbacks in the transfer portal that you can you give no NIL money to? You know what I mean? That will come to start there.
Let's take a quick look. Let's take a little journey into the transfer portal. Wait. I think I have transfer portal music. There we go. We got transfer portal music. Okay, so I don't think any of the top quarterbacks. I don't think any of these guys go. Maybe. I really don't know, man. Maybe. No. I was going to say Keaton Slovis, but I don't think so.
No.
I really don't know.
I'm all the way down to Jack Tuttle.
Yeah. Maybe him. Maybe Brandon Lewis from Colorado. You might be able to get him with no NIL. I don't know how big of an improvement that is.
From a redshirt freshman with no experience, that's a big improvement.
Then yeah, go for Brandon Lewis.
I mean, like, if you can get anybody, but I mean, like, yeah, they just, I don't know, they're in a tough situation, man. Like, I just kind of feel bad for them. So.
And that was talking transfer portal.
With that music.
Other coaching carousel, I think we talked about Lance Taylor. Did we talk about him to Western Michigan?
No, we did not talk about Lance.
So Lance Taylor, Louisville offensive coordinator. Basically, the entire Louisville staff is out, being replaced. So he was the OC at Louisville, and now he is the head coach of Western Michigan. But the big news is that Western Michigan did retain their defensive coordinator. He did retain him.
Okay.
I don't know. It's whatever. I don't think he was that great of an OC, so maybe he'll make a better MAC head coach. I have no idea.
Who knows? Like, I thought it was a bad move they got rid of.
I think so too.
I didn't like
Lester. Yeah,
I think it was a bad move.
Jeff Brom out at Purdue, in at Louisville.
Yeah, we kind of knew this was coming.
We predicted this one. I mean, I think this is a great hire for Louisville. He was a good coach at Purdue. I think you kind of saw the writing on the wall. You can't really get Purdue much higher than where they are right now. In theory.
This is their ceiling, probably. He did get some playmakers, making it, to the Big Ten championship game. But with the state of college football, we're really going to – we used to have those years where we used to have like a random, like, a Wisconsin, a Michigan State, a team like that would or like Northwestern that one year just kind of come out of the blue.
2 years they won the division.
But now with this NIL stuff, man, you're going to see a big separation.
I still think certain schools, like I think Wisconsin obviously has money. I think the bigger issue in the Big Ten that these schools are going to face is when they bring in teams like USC and UCLA, and then if they eliminate divisions, then you could see the smaller guys like the Purdue's and the Michigan States kind of get left in the dust, because then you're not even really like your likelihood of going to the championship game just gets crushed without a division.
Yeah, I really think I mean, honestly, my 2 cents is like right now, the West Division, the East with Ohio State,
Michigan, Penn State,
Penn
yeah.
State, and then even like Michigan State when they have their little run. I mean, I think it's too top heavy,
Well, I think they're going to eliminate divisions, so they're just going to get rid
which
of
I
it.
think is a mistake. I think there should just be a new, kind of like new realignment with everything. Like put USC in one, UCLA in the other one.
My favorite was the red versus non-red division of the Big Ten. It actually evened out pretty evenly. So
Red.
I like that one. I wonder who Purdue goes after.
That's an interesting thing.
I kind of selfishly, because I root for the guy, and I feel like he's maxed out where he's at. I kind of want Chris Creighton to get a look at Eastern Michigan. It's a selfish reason because I'm rooting for the guy, but like he's taken Eastern Michigan to what? Is this like 4 bowls in a row?
Yep.
When was the last time Eastern Michigan went to a bowl before Chris Creighton got there?
No clue.
I'm looking it up right now. So you vamp and figure out who you want to go to Purdue while I look this up.
Jesus. Purdue's. I'm trying to think. I don't even. What about the guy that used to be at Wisconsin that they let go?
Oh, Christ?
Yeah.
He might be going somewhere else. But that would be a pretty good move, I think.
No, I like that.
So Chris Creighton has been coaching at Eastern Michigan since 2014.
Yeah.
So before he got there, so in the entire history of the school, they've been to 7, including this year, 7 bowl games in the entire history of the school.
Okay.
Before he got there, so that he went in 2016 to the Bahamas Bowl. Before that, 1987 was the last time they went to a bowl game.
Jesus.
So,
Wow.
And he's been there since 2014. He's been to a bowl in 2016, 2018, 2019, and 2021, and now 2022.
That's pretty good.
He's easily exceeding the program's expectations.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh my God! You know who I want him to get? Tom Herman.
He's too late though. He's already.
Oh yeah, he already wants
FAU baby, Florida Atlantic. He's doing the Lane Kiffin thing.
I did. I mean, the reality of the situation is they'll probably hire some Georgia or Alabama coach to be their new.
Maybe some Ohio State coach or maybe a Michigan coach. Michigan might be turning into sort of that program too, where their like assistants get jobs at other Big Ten programs.
Michigan is going to be interesting because I'm hearing that there's going to be a couple teams this year in the NFL that make a hard push for Harbaugh.
He flat out said he's not going.
I did.
He did. I understand, but usually he doesn't say. He did come out and say this year he will be coaching the Michigan Wolverines in 2023.
That means nothing.
It means nothing. In reality, it doesn't. But the fact that he usually doesn't come out this strongly, and he did, I think he's telling the truth.
I don't know. All I know is this, dude, is money makes the world go round. If he gets hired enough money, he's out.
I mean, I feel like Michigan can match damn near anything. Like he's already, what he's making at Michigan is insane. Because remember, he had those incentives built into his contract when they restructured. He's making so much fucking money at Michigan.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like being a college coach versus an NFL coach, salaries are easily comparable, if not better in college sometimes.
Yeah. Well, college, you get those like boosters and everything that get money. And I don't know. It's a weird landscape. There's always going to be all these dominoes to fall. I mean, I think the bigger thing is like, let's say you're Jimbo Fisher. Who's their defensive coordinator? Durkin, that dude who was at Maryland when that kid passed away.
Yeah.
They just hired Bobby Petrino to be their offensive coordinator.
Wait, is that actually true?
That's what I heard.
I want to look this up.
Because I mean,
that is objectively
Can you imagine?
He's a candidate.
Oh my god.
He's a candidate. I mean, that'd be objectively hilarious.
I mean, could you imagine that is
That's
those
the
are going to
that's
be the guys that are responsible for your son when they're in college?
DJ Durkin and Bobby Petrino.
Like, come on. Like, Jesus. Like, it's
Continuing on this coaching carousel, Marcus Arroyo, we talked about, out at UNLV. They finally have their replacement. Arkansas defensive coordinator Barry Odom, former Mizzou head coach, is now the head coach of UNLV.
I think that's a good hire. I think
so too.
I think I think he could make something happen there. I think he's a good coach.
Jesus, just had a loud ass thunderstrike outside my house.
Dude, we're supposed to have Snowmageddon here in Chicago.
That's kind of what we're having here too. Right now, it's like thunderstorms with a chance of snow.
Yes, I love that stuff, Jim. Jim, I love snow, Jim.
Yeah, but I got to drive an hour to get to fucking work. Scott Satterfield to Cincinnati. I think we talked about it and we didn't like it.
No, didn't like it.
Maybe my least favorite coaching hire, and I'm looking at these on CBS, their website, their coaching carousel website. This is the only hire that they gave an F to, and that's Tim Beck to Coastal Carolina. It's the only one that they gave an F.
That's pretty funny.
And I agree. I hate Tim Beck.
Such a Tim Beck hater.
Well, so he was the offensive coordinator at Nebraska for a long time under Pelini. Like after, under Pelini, he was the OC for a long time. And he sucks. He was terrible at Nebraska. He was terrible at Texas. He was terrible at Ohio State.
Yeah.
He wasn't great at NC State either. He's bad. He just keeps failing upwards.
So, yeah, I think it's bad.
Obviously, I think that Jamie Chadwell to Liberty is a good hire for Liberty, but I hate the move.
I think the big thing that we need to talk about, I mean, like, I hate the move for Caldwell. I hate the hire, but you brought up Coastal Carolina. I think the big news is
McCall he's in the portal, baby.
He's in the portal.
Did you see what schools were favored? There were three.
Auburn, Florida, and Liberty. If he goes to Liberty, he's an idiot.
I mean, he's worked with Chadwell before. Liberty's a good school.
No. I mean, like, if Caldwell went to a Power 5, I get it.
I think he goes to Florida.
Really? I think he goes to Auburn.
You think he goes to Auburn?
Yeah. I think he goes to Auburn.
I think Florida's the better spot, in my opinion.
Really?
I think so, based on where both programs are right now. Maybe you go to Liberty because Hugh Freeze is like a quarterback guy.
I think you'd go there because of Hugh Freeze.
I could see it. That's another guy I don't want my kid around, though.
Well, you know, we saw that guy who he played that video last week. He's a good Christian man, found God.
He's at a program of integrity,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I think Florida's the better situation for a team.
Yeah.
Maybe Hugh Freeze is the better situation for your quarterback. Or maybe he sticks with his head coach and goes to Liberty and then kind of rides that on. Who was the Liberty quarterback that just went in the draft last year?
Malik Willis.
Maybe he pulls like a Malik Willis. I don't know.
I think he needs to go Power 5. But they said he is playing the going in the portal.
Yeah, he is in the portal.
What about UCLA?
I mean, I don't think he goes West Coast is the thing. I really just don't think he goes West Coast.
You know?
No.
What's I got something big.
Okay.
Oklahoma without both tackles, it's looking like.
Without what?
Both tackles in the bowl game.
Hey.
And also the tight end from Utah. What's his name? Kilcade?
Yeah.
He's not playing in the bowl game.
Ooh. That's interesting. Hey. Get your Uncle Rico updates here. I feel like we also need to kind of just touch on thoughts and prayers out to Mike Leach and his family and everything going on. It's tragedy kind of struck. What was this? This was like Sunday night?
Yeah, just out of the blue. Heart attack out of the blue, they're saying.
Yeah, so that came out, like, everyone was tweeting about it Sunday. I thought he had passed because of the way people were talking about it and the tweets I was seeing. It was like a family, like a medical emergency or something like that. Rushed to the hospital. It seems like it was a very serious heart attack. As of now, as of recording, he is in critical condition. I
thought he passed earlier because Snyder tweeted out "Rest in peace."
Yeah, people were blowing up Snyder for that.
I mean, so I don't.
Maybe Bill Snyder doesn't need Twitter.
Or maybe you know what I mean? Maybe he knows something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You hate to see it. I love Leach. He's, and you kind of look.
He's one of the best, like, faces and characters of college football in the last, 30 years?
But you look like his air raid type system with what he did.
He transformed the game.
In the college and pro level with what he did.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's just...
He's one of the most influential people on modern day football. Like, I'd put him top 5.
Oh, yeah,
easily.
Sure.
It just sucks.
Yeah.
How old? He's only 61. He's not that old.
Yep.
God. You fucking hate it. Moving on from that, though. We got a couple bowl games coming up this weekend, Eric.
Oh, my God. Are you ready? Jesus, dude.
I think we're ready. Unless you got anything else to talk about college football from the last weekend or anything else going on.
Right. We didn't know for sure, but now it's official. Chris Rodriguez is out.
Yes.
For the Fighting Beehos.
Yep. Which,
we knew that was going to happen.
We kind of assumed.
We assumed, we knew.
So going into this weekend, on December 16th, we start bowl season with the Bahamas Bowl. Miami of Ohio versus UAB. The Blazers, newly Trent Dilfer. They've been dilfed.
They've been dilfed.
Blazers minus 11, by the way, right now, over under 45, plus 320 on the money line for the Red Hawks of Miami.
Chuck Martin. Business casual 3-0 ATS in bowl games. No big deal. Whatever.
Okay. I like hearing that.
Obviously their quarterback from the beginning of the season. What's his name?
God, Chuck Martin's a goofy looking guy.
Brett Gilbert, he's in the transfer portal. Looking like Alavana Smith is going to start. UAB does have a little trouble with some more mobile quarterbacks. The big thing for UAB is, what is Brent Vincent doing? Is he going to be on the sidelines? Do we know that yet?
We don't know yet.
See, those guys really wanted him there. And the fact that...
I bet they let him coach the bowl game.
You think so?
I bet they do.
I don't know. I never...
Well, who coaches it then? Like, you don't get a... You think Dilfer is there for the bowl game?
I think, yeah.
That'd be okay. Then yeah, then give me Miami
he's
all
there
day.
in some way.
Okay.
I think in some way he's there.
I'm on Miami. I've been on Miami. When we did our ultimate bowl pick'em, where I picked every bowl game, I was on Miami then.
Sure.
We both talked about it. We were on Miami then. I got him at plus 10. I still like him at plus 11. Shocker.
I got him at 10.5. So
sprinkle on that money line.
Yeah, I think they're live.
Also on the 16th, I hate. Do you know what time that game is?
Oh, at 11:30.
It's 10:30 our time.
Jeez, I love it.
I'm gonna be at work.
I love it. I'm
not gonna get anything done. Also, later that day at 2 p.m. on the 16th, also still gonna be at work. Troy UTSA. This game I really want to see. Troy right now minus 1.5, over under 54.5, plus 105 on the money line for the Roadrunners. I want to watch this game so bad. I'm gonna do whatever I have to skip at work. I will skip. This one's gonna be fun. I like Troy though.
USTA is tough. They won 10 straight games. I think the big news for USTA is that quarterback Harris is coming back again.
Yeah, banger.
Jesus, dude. They're going to be a team we need to watch out for. Troy's defense is really good. Their defense is legit. Their two wide receivers, Barber and Rogers, I don't think are going to play.
Troy's defense versus UTSA's offense is going to be a very fun matchup. To me, it comes down to
Troy's going to be able to move the ball in UST's defense.
Exactly. Like Troy, both these teams win their conferences, but Troy plays in a much better conference.
Oh, yeah. And Troy's defense is much better.
Really good. Really, really good. Speaking of like UTSA and like the quarterback real quick, we talked about it like Saturday, right? About North Texas's quarterback.
Yeah, he's like 58.
Yeah, he's 29 years old, 28 years old. He's my age. I think he has one more year of eligibility left. He might be able to play he might be able to be playing college football when he's 30.
Jesus. That's just
which
awful.
is hilarious.
It's awful.
It's hilarious. That's amazing. What are you talking about?
Awful. Too old.
What? No.
Too old.
No. I'm on Troy minus the 1.5. I'm sticking by that. Moving on.
I lean Troy. I really like USTA though.
I love UTSA so much. They're one of my favorite teams. Moving on to the 17th, we have Louisville versus Cincinnati, the Satterfield Bowl. Right now, Louisville is -1 over under of 41.5. I feel like this line moved.
Here's the thing.
I got him at -2, so it's moved towards Cincinnati.
That's because everybody from Louisville is gone.
Yeah,
everyone's gone. Like defensive core, like all the coaches from Louisville
are out. Head coach gone, OC gone, DC gone. Boom, boom, boom.
Quarterback coach is joining. Offensive coordinator is taking Western Michigan. Strength and conditioner coach went to Arkansas. They're bringing out, I believe, Deion Branch to coach Louisville.
I'm not feeling great about my Louisville -2 bet that I had earlier. I thought all this was going to happen after the bowl game. I didn't think Satterfield was going to leave.
But then on the flip side, you got Kerry Combs, who's going to be the interim coach for Cincinnati. Combs lost play calling duties for the Ohio State defense during that 2021 season. Defensive coordinator Tressel gone. Cole Heskins gone. Mike Brown all not going to be there.
I think this game is kind of a shit show.
I think I could see it being like a defensive shit show.
Like no defense or like a struggle on offense?
Struggle on offense because you got people that have called the plays and you have no idea. And like the one thing with Cincinnati is Evan Prater is going to be the starter. He looked okay,
Yeah, he looked
in that
right.
Tulane game.
You know what my move is then, Eric?
What's
I'm
that?
betting the under 41.5.
No Cunningham, so
I'm betting the under 41.5.
Deion D-Hop, who just fumbled for a Patriots touchdown too.
Hilarious.
Well, not for me. Not for me.
The Cardinals are a comedy of errors. Florida, Oregon State, also on the 17th. Right now, Oregon State, -10. Over under 53, plus 290 on the money line for the Gators. Richardson not playing.
That's pretty much all you need to know.
That's basically all you need to know in this one. I'm going to take the under 53.
Yeah, I heavy lean to the under 53 as well.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under 53. That's my bet in this one. Also on the 17th, Fresno State, Washington State. Right now, the Bulldogs of Fresno, -3. Over under 54.5, plus 130 on the money line for the Cougs.
I like Fresno State here. I really want to take Fresno State. Literally nobody leaving, nobody hurt. Washington State, their linebacker Haley opted out. They have 2 wide receivers, 2 linebackers in the portal. Bell, hurt himself. Their 2 top leaders in targets. Their defensive coordinator left to go to Arizona State.
The line reflects this too, because when we were betting this one last week, when we did our Mega Bowl pick'em, I got them at -1. I got Fresno at -1. Now they're all the way up to 3.
Yeah, I would even take them at 3. I mean,
I still like them at 3. I still like the over in this matchup.
Yeah.
I think this is a fun game too. I think opening weekend has some fun bowls. I don't think Florida-Oregon State will be that good, but I do think Fresno State-Washington State will be fun, and I think Troy-UTSA might be one of the best bowl games of the entire season.
I think Troy-USTA is going to be the 3rd best bowl game.
I think that's a banger. I think that's an absolute banger. Also, bowl game. This is a bowl game, the Lending Tree Bowl. I know Eric is upset that these two are playing each other. It's Rice-Southern Miss. Southern Miss -7, over under 46.5, plus 210 on the money line.
Southern Miss covered 5 out of the last 6 games. The thing with the Owls is Pageant has been getting some first team reps at quarterback. McMahon hasn't played. Luke McCaffrey is expected to play. He's missed the last 2 games pretty big. I don't know. There's a lot of injuries with Rice, but that's a big number.
That's a big number for Southern Miss in particular, especially the way they play.
Yeah.
I'm on Rice.
I'm on nobody.
I also will maybe be betting this under 46.5.
I would lean to that under, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to bet it. I'm going to do it. Betting it now. It's bet. It's been bet. Also on the 17th, BYU SMU. I think this one has the potential to be a fun one.
The key word. Potential.
SMU -5.5, over under 64. Highest total we've talked about so far. Plus 170 on the money line for the Mormons.
I mean, you're looking at it, you have Barrington and Phil for BYU in the portal. BYU could be starting their 3rd string quarterback. Hill, the wide receiver, is out. You're looking at SMU, their wide receiver Rice opt out. McDaniels in the portal. Offensive lineman is going to have surgery. Another wide receiver is going to miss it for undisclosed reasons. I don't know. If you got a 3rd string quarterback going for BYU, you got to go to SMU there, though, man.
-5.5?
Yeah.
I'm going to go the under 64 is my play in this one.
Okay.
With how many offensive pieces are missing here. Last game on the 17th, Eric. Boise State, North Texas. Boise State got kind of screwed. Boise's -10.5 here, over under 56.5, plus 290 on the money line. I mean, I don't know. I don't think North Texas is that great when you put them up against a team like Boise State.
I think Boise State, is going to rock them.
Yeah, I think they're going to fucking rock them.
Yeah. I mean,
North Texas' quarterback has a mortgage he still has to pay, so he's got to go see his kids.
Stop. North Texas quarterback Austin Aru, the guy you were talking about, will declare for the NFL draft after the bowl game.
Yeah, he's trying. He said he was going to try and give his NFL pro thing a shot. He tried baseball, just kind of ended up in the minor leagues, didn't work out for him, so now he's trying football. Must be a hell of an athlete.
He didn't look like one.
I mean, he went minor league baseball out of high school, and now he's a D1 athlete. He's got to be at least a decent one.
Yeah.
And the 19th, so I think this one is before.
Yeah, this is really rad. You hear that story? So it said, when Hugh Freeze, the first thing he looks at is he looks at football players' ankles, and by looking at their ankles, you can tell if they're an athlete.
That's stupid. Hugh Freeze is stupid.
Hugh Freeze.
And this game is happening before our Tuesday show next week. This is I'm dubbing this one the Uncle Rico Bowl. UConn Marshall -10, over under 41, plus 290 on the money line.
Dude,
we still hammering UConn, right?
Hammering UConn. If there's a team that wants to be there,
more than any other team.
It's UConn. You got a good coach in what's his face in Mora. I know one of the running backs in the portal. Thunder Herd, the way they play. I think they went over the total in just like a couple, like 2 games this year. So it's not like that explosive offense that's going to blow you out.
No, a lot of the Sun Belt teams played with really good defense.
So I don't know. I like UConn here. I think UConn straight up wins. I took them plus the 10.5 and the money line.
Same here. That's our first round of bowl games, Eric. That's basically our first weekend. Any matchups we're really excited for? I think UTSA Troy is a banger to open up the bowl season.
Banger. I think it's going to be another interesting. I think Miami's could be a little interesting. But UConn, I'm all over this UConn game. I can't wait for it.
He's going to be on the edge of his seat for this one.
I mean, I wish there was a UConn bar around here where
I don't know if there's a UConn bar anywhere.
Hold on. You know what I'm gonna Google right now?
Are you gonna Google UConn bar? We're not done picking games, by the way. We got some FCS playoff games. It's the semifinals, baby.
Sports bars in Chicago. I'm looking them up right now.
How confident do you feel about your picks for the FCS semifinals?
Not good at all.
Damn it, Eric.
Peace Brewery and Pizza is supposed to be a UConn bar.
There you go. That's your bar right there.
Right in Wicker Park.
I hope they have good pizza. It's in the goddamn name. FCS playoffs this weekend, folks. The 16th and the 17th. First off, we have Incarnate Word versus North Dakota State. I don't know the status on Incarnate Word.
Their coach is leaving.
Yeah, but is he leaving after the playoffs? He's got to wait till after the playoffs, yeah.
Sure.
I think either way, I think North Dakota State wins, but North Dakota State's a 9-point favorite in this one, over-under of 69.5.
I would lead that. I'd lead that.
What, the over?
Yeah.
It's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points, but Incarnate Word plays fast.
They do. I'm going to play that over. Montana State, South Dakota State. South Dakota State -6, over under 57, plus 210 on the money line. I'm just going to take South Dakota State minus the 6. They are lights out this year.
Yeah, I take South Dakota State too.
And I think we get a banger FCS championship game against North Dakota State versus South Dakota State. I think that's an awesome matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good.
And that is all the football action we have running this weekend. Eric, is there anything else you got on your plate? I'm eating a little jerky right now.
Look at you, dude. Yeah, I got the eTalk 2-1 Sports Show later tonight. Kyle, the DFS Bachelor, is going to be the special guest. Podcast comes out on Friday. It's seeing the board well. Today I may not win a bet today, but 4 bets, Jim. And when you have the Kyler Murray over rushing prop and he gets hurt third play of the game, you just kind of gotta
grin and bear it.
Yeah, part of the game.
Put on a brave face.
Part of the game.
I am XFL Jim. I'm kind of liking the music that we got here that I can play. I'm just vibing. You can find me around. I'll be watching bowl games all month. It's going to be a good time for everybody. And thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening to the College Football Tailgate. We'll see you guys Saturday. We'll see you next week.